people can rationalize anything, so that's why we have detailed rules for things. And there's a moment that's in the Torah this week when it reminds me of a story that I read in this great volume, the JPS Jewish Heritage Torah Commentary by my nearby colleague, Rabbi Eli Garfinkel. It's worth ordering. It has a story from Midrash, town of Eliyahu, that there's a guy who ran into Elijah. This happens in Midrashim. And he quotes quotes a line from this week's Torah portion. It says that you can't eat any blood of fowl, of birds, or of any land animals. He says, but since you can't eat blood of birds or animals, does that mean that you can eat human blood? Because that's not being specifically prohibited. And the response is, look, if these things, which are commonly eaten by human beings around, are prohibited, then you can just figure out by inference that all the more so, Kal v'chomer, you'd say, is you can't eat human blood, which would be a totally weird thing to do. That, in other words, if what's common is forbidden, all the more so what is uncommon would be forbidden. You can just figure it out. Meaning not every little rule of how you're supposed to carry yourself is spelled out for you in the Jewish tradition or any tradition. You've got to apply some sense to it and think about, is this in line with my larger principles? Now, people can get into themselves in trouble either by adhering to the level of the law or by overthinking something and rationalizing their behavior. I think the tradition actually offers both. There are a lot of little details that we encounter in the Torah and Jewish writings of how you're supposed to behave, and there are lines like this that say, apply some common sense. Think about the core value of what's going on. Think about, see everything through that lens of love your neighbor as yourself. What would a God who wants me to bring holiness and love and compassion into this world want me to do? How can I do that? How can I judge people with the benefit of the doubt? These aren't easy things to do, and the tradition teaches sometimes we learn them by reading specifics, and sometimes we learn them by intuiting what the right move is. Both are important, and we get to use all of our senses. Shabbat Shalom.